What did you see from each of them?
There's a lot of competition on the field in general. At the wideout position, especially at the quarterback position. So, what you're seeing is, they all got to get their reps. So, if we're only supposed to do 5 sets of 7-on-7, for example, one quarterback isn't getting their set. So, usually we'll always end up doing more. But, they're really doing great. They're all in the film room. They're all staying after practice. If one guy's walking off and they see another guy still on the field, they're turning back around. So they're really creating a lot of good competition. And, they're all doing really good. And so I know it's going to be hard, but, at the end of the day, I think whoever, Coach Wilson decides to throw out there first is going to really perform for us.
Is it hard when they haven't decided on one guy and you go through camp really not being sure who that guy is?
You would think that maybe the rhythm would be thrown off or something like that, but, at the end of the day, we're all running the same exact plays. They all have the same reads. We really all, feel the same kind of thing on every play, and, they really got to all put the ball in the same spot, whether, Nate throws a higher ball than Trey or, whether it's little things like that. For a wideout, we'll really just catch anything, but I don't think timing is really thrown off at all at having, 3 starting quarterbacks.
How is this year different? Because, this is the 3rd year in a row you guys have dealt with a quarterback competition. This time, all these guys are experienced. All these guys have played. Nate's the only one who hasn't started, but he's played. Major minutes and stuff like that. How does this make this competition different? Just because all those guys have been there before and they know what they're getting into.
Because I know that they're all going to probably look good in camp. It's going to make it really tough. But I think Coach Wilson's going to have to look back at how well Trey did at the end of my sophomore season, and then how well Cam and Nate came in. And just picked our team up when Trey went down. All those guys really did produce some really good numbers and played really well in gameplay. And so, I really don't know what it's going to, be the deciding factor or anything like that. But, I think it's going to be really tough. But like I said, I think, our whole team is confident in, Nate, Cam, and Trey. And, really whoever they want to throw out there, I think is going to be really good.
Not necessarily putting it on a guy, but, what do you think the most important criteria has to be in terms of picking a guy? Obviously, you're not going to make the decision for coach, but what do you think's got to be most important?
Just how they keep their composure, because I think, they're all equally, gifted, talented. I really just, I want to make sure that, they can really command the offense and that, Nate being a younger guy, I want to see him be really confident because, you got, me, Cody, Deweese, Shane, Isaiah Roundtree, older wide receivers. You got an old running back. You got a young line, but, I really want to see you, take command and control it. And, of course we're going to listen, but, I don't want them to be hesitant just because they haven't played a lot of football. And I think whatever one really shows that confidence, I think we'll probably end up starting.
You seem really at ease with what the evolution of the offense. The skeptics always say if you have 3 quarterbacks, that means you don't have any. But since 2 of the guys have actually started, I don't know that it seems like that's applicable to this quarterback duel.
I think the reason why I'm at ease is because, every day what is it? Through the winter, the spring, and the summer, I've got to see them at their worst and at their best, and I know what they're all capable of. And there's no doubt in my mind that there's nothing like I really wish that this guy would start over this guy, and if Coach Wilson goes with a guy that we all don't want, we're all going to be upset because we're equally confident in all 3, just because the way that they're performing and, we're with them every day in the locker room and stuff like that. So I don't think there's a crowd favorite on our team. I think we're really that's why we're all at ease because let Coach Wilson decide that, let him, take that into his own hands because, we'll be great with whoever.
Coach was talking about how I think there's 4 seniors that are actually in the 2 deep on offense. Can you just talk about leadership and how important is leadership from you as being one of those 4?
I think a lot of people think that being a senior wide receiver, you're supposed to be, like the number 1 best receiver and everyone kind of looks up to you type of thing like that. I think I'm definitely the leader of my group, but when it comes to depth, I think that, the number 1 is just as good as the 5 when it comes to, our IU wideouts. Deweese Wilson, him getting hurt, before that, I think he was the best out of the whole entire group. And a lot of guys are going to see that this year. Deweese Wilson is one of the best receivers in the Big Ten. Cody Latimer, I don't really need to speak on that. He's our already freak athlete, great receiver. Shane Wayne, you see what he can do. And there's even a few guys like Nick Stoner, who, I mean, I think he would start on any other Big Ten team, but we have so much depth on this team, it really doesn't matter who's out there.
Coach Wilson,